Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching this. It's nice to see you again. I'm having a weird day today. I've got stuff that I need to do later. I'm just feeling very off. Um, I don't know. My sleep's just been off. I started back on a new medication. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just still regulating to it. But, anyways, so I'm just feeling ugly today. And I don't mean that in like, oh, boo hoo, I'm putting myself down, whatever. But I'm just feeling ugly today. My hair is looking like shit. I need to trim my bangs. I don't know. I've just been like a lot of stimming. I do this a lot with my hair. It's also like a trichotillomania thing. I love like the feeling of just like grooming my hair. So I'm constantly fingering through my hair. It's neurotic. It's so neurotic. So anyway, I'm gonna just put a little bit of makeup on because I have to go out into public later. I'm so excited about it. So, oh gosh, maybe that's a little bit of it too. I didn't put my estrogen on today. Maybe that's why I'm feeling bitchy. She put some estrogen on. Maybe that'll help me feel a little bit better. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. They got me on a gel now, which is nice. So it absorbs faster. I was on the patches before, but the patches were not agreeing with my skin. I was getting blisters and stuff like that. And it was just a pain in the ass because sometimes they wouldn't even stick very well. And so I'd have to put these extra covers on them, like medical tape things. And that's what was making me break out because the tabs themselves just weren't sticking enough. So yeah. So every day I put this gel on one of my arms. I rotate. It goes on the inside of your arm or the inside of your leg, wherever there's thin skin, because it absorbs. That's why it's important to know what you're putting on your body. Your skin absorbs it. So anyways, this is getting absorbed, and here in a little bit I should start feeling better. It really works fast. Like, I love this stuff. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to start with a little bit of serum on my face. I'm going to do some hydration for my moisturizer. Most of the stuff I use is pharmacy brand, and it's not necessarily because I sell it. I'm a really shitty salesperson. I really am. Honestly, I like it because when you purchase you can sell if you want to. I would never tell you not to. You can make money off that. But I'm just a horrible person at selling, so I honestly share it with people because I like it. There's really maybe only one product I've ever tried that I never really cared for, and otherwise everything else I like, and then I'll tell you why I don't prefer something. I like their products, such as matte lipsticks. I like matte lipsticks, but the older I get, they just don't look good on me. They age my lips, and for me, I don't prefer them. If you're younger, it's still great, but the older you get, the more powdery products you get, mattifying products. I feel like that ages your face. That's just my own personal opinion. I am not a makeup artist. I just dabble in it every now and then, and the older I get, the more I notice what works well with my skin and what doesn't. I'm 49. I'm getting there. And some days I like what my aging face is looking like, and some days I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? This is a vitamin C serum by Dr. C. Tuna. This is a pharmacy thing, a pharmacy product. I don't recall. So if you were to like purchase and join pharmacy, I hate the word join, but I guess you kind of do. You buy into it. It's like a membership, like a Costco membership. That's how I think of it, right? Only there, you don't have to do it every year. You can actually earn enough points to where you don't have to constantly, buy into it. Otherwise, you're just doing it twice a year. Because every 6 months, if you haven't spent or sold at least $125 in product, then you just buy into it again. But usually it's only like $10 to $20 to join anyways, and you get all your stuff for 50% off. Like, why the hell? And I love God, here I am yammering about this shit anyway. I like the discount, and I like the quality. That's it. So anyway, there we go. I'm done. ADD and I get on these little tangents. So anyways, I'm just putting the serum on my face. And then I'm going to put my moisturizer on it over the top. So I'm using the Age Reversist by Dr. C. Tuna daily moisturizer. Just put some up here. I just actually ordered some more because I could tell this was starting to get less in the bottle. And it's always a sad day when you run out of moisturizer, because it always happens on a day when it's like you need it. And I'm really trying to be good lately about moisturizing every day, every morning. Every morning I use a serum and then moisturize my face over the top. Nighttime, I try my best to remember. I also do a serum at nighttime. And then I usually do like a nighttime mask. All of it is Dr. C. Tuna Age Reversist. And then once I'm done rubbing, I rub the rest on my hand. This hand is probably younger looking than this one because I apply with my right hand, not my left. So this gets no love. No lovin's. And it might be overkill, but I also put on a little eye cream. Well, yeah. I can't remember if I just ordered some more of that or not. I think I did because I knew it was also getting low. Sometimes I feel like I should make more videos, but honestly, I don't know even if anybody would ever watch them. I mean, I do. I like watching videos. I'll sit there and watch people for hours. But that's just the kind of person I am. I just don't know how to get, like, I only want to have people who are interested in watching me, like, people who are like myself, who are getting older and maybe don't know a lot about makeup, because I don't know a lot about makeup. I don't know a lot about skincare. I only know what works for myself and what I read online, Generally, I don't use a lot of foundations, although I probably should, because I do have a lot of, I don't know if you can tell because the ring light kind of blurs it out, but I do have a lot of like pink to my face, and when you look up close, it almost looks like broken blood vessels, like here and there. So sometimes I just use a color corrector, like this, green. It's green. So color theory is like green and a pink color turns like into a cream color. So that's why, if you've probably seen, I can't remember the brand of it, I've talked about this before, but on Facebook you'll see, reels and whatever show up according to your interests. And this was coming up one day, not this brand, but it was a color corrector in green, and they were marketing it as a foundation or something like that. But basically, if you put this on, I think I have a video a time or two before where I used this, and eventually it just like disappears. And I don't think that works for every skin color. Don't quote me on that, but I have no way of testing that, and I guess I've never looked that up because this worked for me, and so I guess I could look that up and find out. If not, if you know the answer, or if you have a darker skin tone and you know the answer, let me know. That'd be interesting to know in that. Let's see. I'm just basically kind of doing what I would do on the daily if I was going to work, which isn't a whole lot. So since I've got the face moisturizer on, then I would just put on my mascara. And I like this one. Again, this is another pharmacy brand. This is the Double Lash Extend. And I love it because you have volume and then you have your length. So if you want volume, it's going to give you more product to put on your lashes and make them thicker. And then if you want to extend them and make them longer, then you would use this one. And it's the same wand. It just comes out of the tube out of a different, you know, they have like, it's a little bit tighter at the top to squeeze more of the product off so that you're lengthening your lashes if you don't want as much product on. So sometimes I do that, but it kind of bogs my lashes down personally because, again, with the trichotillomania thing, I pick at my eyelashes and my eyebrows, which I lost a lot of them back in the 90s, and, you know, the tricky stuff doesn't help. So, and I laugh at myself for it because, you know, I feel like I could focus on other things sometimes, but you really get hyper focused on that when you get on a little tricky thing. It just, boy, you can't stop. At least I can't stop. Anyway, so I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on, and because I don't have a whole lot of eyelashes, I'm actually doing good. I have more than I have had in a while. But my mascara gets all over the place. So honestly, I just let it get all over the place because when I'm done, I just take a little Q-tip and some micellar water and I just clean that up. It's super, super easy. I'm always fascinated by people who do their makeup online and they are just like robots. They don't get mascara anywhere. I am messy. See, it's all over. All over there. And then I really have to focus and try not to do my mascara with my mouth open. Yeah, I have a spot here. I don't know if you can see. Oop. I have a spot. Well, there's all over my eyelid, but I have a very thin spot there on my eyelash from an over focusing moment. Where sometimes, I don't know why, it's almost like a sensory thing. Sometimes I'll feel like an eyelash hurt. And if you have trichotillomania, maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about, but it'll just bother the hell out of me until I find that one eyelash that is like inflamed and I have to get rid of it. And sometimes that means getting rid of others around it. It's horrible. But that's something I've been doing since 7th grade. So far, nothing's really worked for me. So I just put a little micellar water on a Q-tip and I'm just going around and cleaning up the mess, which honestly I could probably have left it and just used eyeliner and gone over the eyeliner because really it's not far from where my eyeliner line is normally. And it's not possible for me to do anything like this without having my mouth open. So now it's a little bit better, but you can kind of see, well, it's nice. The mascara kind of filled in that little empty spot that I got going on over there. I don't want to put any eyeshadow. Well, you know what? I like this stuff. This is a creamy eyeshadow and it's a light lavender color with shimmer in it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Come on, focus in there. Anyway, it's super pretty and I love it. I just put it on with my pinky. It feels like a lip gloss, but it's not. And then it just, it's like, it feels like a mousse. but I like it because it's light and just kind of a simple little color. Kind of brightens things up, but not in like a, whoa, what did you do, you know, type thing. I always feel like when I'm trying to look at myself in my phone that I look cross-eyed. This one, which one? This eye here is looking that direction too much. Anyway, whatever. So I love that one. That's called Foil Purple. And then this little thing rubbed off when I went to San Francisco because some of my face cream exploded. My lid fell off, and I don't know if it was going up the mountain or what, the pressure change, but anyway, some stuff leaked, and then all the writing came off. Now it just looks like stars. So this is eyeshadow pen, and I don't like the look of having, you know, things go through trends, right? Eyebrows are, certain shapes of eyebrows are trends, certain thicknesses of eyebrows are trends, and I can't do that. I'm dealing with chin hair. I can't do that. So what I do lately, because it's been bothering just me, I noticed that the inner parts of my eyebrows, what's left of them, are a little sparse. And so I've just been taking this and just giving myself a few extras. And then I have a spot over here that's actually kind of growing in better. I mutilate my eyebrows too, but this spot here was like super, super bare for the longest time. And I think I finally have one hair in there. Oh my God. The struggle's real. So anyways, I just kind of add a little bit here. It probably doesn't even make that much of a difference, but in my mind it does. If I had one piece of advice for anybody, don't overpluck your eyebrows ever, because after a while they just don't come back. They don't come back. They don't. It's sad. And then sometimes just because I have it and I have to use it up, I have this really pretty color of eyeliner. It's maroon colored, and anyway, I mix it with black. So I sometimes put this on first and then put a little bit of black on top, just because I got to use it up, and otherwise I look kind of like a vampire if I just have the red, the maroon. And this is more of a drier color. Some of them come out a lot easier. This one really kind of doesn't. And then it sometimes pulls my mascara. Like, I'm tempted to get, ooh, I do have a flame on the table, but I don't want to do anything with the plastic. That would be dumb. I don't know if you can see the red. I call it red, but maroon. None. Some. I don't put a lot there, but, and this lighting on this side's worse, so I can't see hardly anything. At what age do you stop breaking out? I'll have to figure something out to warm that up or something. Maybe put it in my bra next time. Maybe it'll warm it up a little bit. You never know. And then I just use good old-fashioned black, and I kind of go over a little bit just because. For no reason other than because I need to use up the product and I don't like wasting stuff. But if you do it right, it kind of leaves a fun little halo, I guess, of the maroon. Again, I cannot do anything with my eyes without my mouth being open. And then I really love the look of winged eyeliners, but because I have these incredible over hooded eyes, I mean, they're not awful. They could be worse, but it's just hard because I have this skin here to draw over. So if I do any sort of a wing thing, usually I just like to do either a teeny weeny one, or I use eyeshadow and just kind of draw a line. But if I'm going to work, all I do really is just put a little bit on the outer corner and then color a little bit on the underside of a, God, my wrinkles look really, you can see them, the light might be blurring them out, but I feel like I need extra hydration today. Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. So anyway, I just put a little bit on the outside. That's all I do. And the older I get, the harder and harder it is to put eyeliner on because your dang eyelids just go everywhere. It's like trying to color on water. It might be easier. And I feel like I need a higher magnification of mirror. When I first got this, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You can see so much stuff. And now it is definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. Okay. And then I just like to put on a little bit of blush. Again, I like to use as much as I can something creamy if I'm putting anything on my face. So anymore I will not put anything with powder on my face just because it dries everything and then accentuates your wrinkles. So BB cream is usually like the most coverage I will use on my face because even these I feel like accentuate the wrinkles around the eyes. So if I do want to put anything under my eyes, usually I'll use a brightening eye balm underneath, or it's like 2 dots of concealer. Very small, very small. And I think lately I'm probably a little bit, what do they call it? Blush blind? Blush blind. Because, well, especially, I mean, I'll blame it on my lighting mostly. My lighting is probably poopy, and then I end up putting too much blush on. But I like the color and I like blush, but I know But I do like the skincare that I use with them because it just gives my skin a really nice glow, a natural glow. And I do get complimented on it frequently, which makes me feel awkward. And then another thing that I do is I do use highlighter. I'm a fan of highlighter. It's a lot of, I think I overdid. I overdid the blush, guys. It's time to wash the brushes. The other day I was kind of thinking that it might be time to just like get the hair completely chopped off. You ever go through phases like that where you just want to go chop it off? Like somehow it's almost like a new beginning of some sort. You know what I mean? This is the Infinite palette. I love it because you have everything on here you need. You've got eyeshadow, blush, contour, and highlighter. You can use it any way you want. You can use them all for eyeshadow if you want to. That's it. This is really all I would do for work. I know. I should probably do more. You're lucky that I do this much. I was reading the other day, this was one of the options for chin exercises, double chin exercises. Do you think it works? Do you think it would work if I did it? I haven't been doing it, obviously, but do you think it would work? All right, have a great day.